Hey, everybody. Hope everyone is doing good this evening. We're going to wait just another minute to get started. It's just me this evening. So I'm going to do a quick, uh, just reason of irregularity, number one, and then do some recording. So this is 571. This. 571. Jason Parker, Night Catfisher. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Hopefully, it'll be more, is what I'll say. There's so many links. Oh my God. If you click the description, the very top link should be a link to Patreon, 513, all the new links. And there's way too many of them. I'm basically going to start at the bottom. Bottom's the newest one, and like peruse up and decide which ones to talk about. If there's any there you want heard, don't hesitate. Put them in the chat, kind of thing, or at least the description of them in the chat. There's one there that's accidentally there. I can tell you the second one from the bottom. Microsoft brings threat and vulnerability management capabilities to Linux. That should not be in Android App Addicts. Okay. Okay, now the first thing I got to do is make sure that every time I hit that button, I adjust my volume back up, because now I know on the stream I drop down in volume. Then when I let go, I go back up. I need to figure out a way to stop that. Until then, we will live and learn how to do it. Do this. The only one I'm worrying about is that one. Okay. 571. Start to record here. Okay. Come over here. We already are recording. Okay. Hey, Podnutzians. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode 571. No, we're not over. This is not over. It's just, we'll get to that. This episode of Android App Addicts is brought to you by Jason Parker. I want to thank Jason for all the support throughout the years. He was a Patreon supporter. I think because of my schedule has not been up to par, Jason had to stop supporting us. But I do thank him for all the support that he did give us. We thank everyone for all the support that they gave us throughout the years. And we're going to start the show the same way we start every show, basically. And that is where we talk about, is there any new hardware? But first, we're going to say, if you want an explanation on why the show was not coming out as regularly as it used to or should have, do not blame Ivor. Do not blame Josh at all. By the way, happy birthday, Mrs. Josh. Ivor has bad health issues. He's not going to be back for the foreseeable future. He will be back when he's ready. Josh has a beautiful young bouncing baby boy kind of thing. He's a parent and a father. He has lots of things going on. But the reason is because of me and my health issues. If you want to know more details about that, DDG episode 44, I believe the first like 10 minutes goes all over it. I'm not going to go over it here because it's too much and I've already said it. And when I talk about personal things, a lot of people say, get to the Android stuff. So if you want to hear about the reasons why I've not been able to podcast as much as I could have, then you need to check out DDG episode 44. Okay. Now, with that said, the new hardware in my life, it's currently running my OBS management software where I can switch what I'm looking at. But this is the OnePlus Nord N100. $179 smartphone in 2021. I have been saying with some uh like defiance over years that the $1,000 smartphone needs to end. It's going to come to an end. It's the beginning of the end kind of thing. I do think this phone is a good staple in the progress of budget phones. $179 easily acts and reacts and feels like and has most of the features of a $300 to $400 phone, is what I'll say, in my personal opinion. We're going to take a look at the specs real quick. We're going to go to actually OnePlus1.com, or sorry, OnePlus.com. OnePlus Nord is not a 5G phone, number one. I'll just say it like this. Right now, I'm okay with that. Because I don't want to say I don't need 5G, but I'm here on a peninsula where I live. I don't think I'm going to have 5G for probably 2 years available at my house and around my house. For the time being, I'm working from home full time, so I don't need 5G when I go to work. When I'm on the road, I'm typically only doing navigation, so I don't need 5G when I'm doing navigation. So to me, 5G was not a priority. If it is for you, I encourage you to take a look at the OnePlus Nord 10 N10, I believe it is. Yeah, the N10 5G version. It costs more. We'll go over that one too. Right now, the OnePlus Nord N100 only comes in one color and one capacity, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. Again, $179. You can get a bumper case. Right now, it's free thanks to Mother's Day, and the screen protector is free thanks to Mother's Day. So if you were on the fence about getting a new phone, this might be the thing that push you over. I know the sale is not going to last much longer. This phone has a 5,000 milliamp battery, 6.5-inch screen, dual speakers, headphone jack, USB-C, very thin bezels is the way I'll put it. It definitely has bezels, but very thin bezels. Fingerprint reader on the back, and I just gotta say, runs near miraculously. I do have a complaint. I will get there. But I will say the fingerprint is unbelievably snappy fast. The battery, I've left the screen on overnight, 8 hours, and it still didn't get below 50%. You have to try to get this phone below 50%. You have to really go crazy to go under 50%. So battery life, insane. Speed, unbelievably snappy. When I connect to my Linksys VLOP home internet routers, I have gigabit Ethernet, which means, of course, I don't get a gigabit. I get between 600 and 800, depending on the time of day, kind of thing. And on my phone, I'm easily getting 100 plus up and down, easily. When I'm in the right spot, it does go faster than that kind of thing. So that's why I say I don't need 5G. This phone's performance on my home network is how fast it downloads podcasts and stuff is literally insane. And then when I'm using mobile data, because this is a phone that is more supported than my last phone, like on my last phone, I want to say it only had 3 of 7 frequencies supporting 4G. This one had, I think, was 5 of 7 or maybe 6 of 7. No, 6 of 7. The speed I'm getting when I download podcasts when I'm on the road is literally insane. It was faster than my old phone here using Wi-Fi. So the speed and performance of this phone is knocking my socks off compared to my Huawei P20 Lite, my previous phone. But it's only $179. It is mind blowing how cheap this phone is, yet how good performance it is. The 5G was definitely a little bit more, $299. If 5G was a priority, or if NFC was a priority, I would have had to go with the 5G. But to me, it's not. Now, here's the complaint. I've had this phone about 30 days, give or take 30 days. About 4 of those days, maybe 5 of those days, so about once a week, I don't know what's going on. And this is a me problem. 99% of the people out there will not have this problem. I listen to over 24 hours of podcast a day. Typically, it's around 4.5x speed on average, kind of thing. And like 4 times, as soon as the screen goes dark, the podcast starts to stutter and skip. I turn the screen on, it doesn't stutter and skip. I went through power settings, I went through battery settings, I went through optimization settings, I went through everything I can, and it doesn't matter when it those days happen when it will not perform right with the podcast, even above like 3x. Um, I just leave the screen on. And again, I leave the screen on for 16 hours and it's barely below 50%. So I can literally be here all day, do my work, do my dad thing, do my husband thing, do my family thing. And at the end of the day, it's still not even close to 30%. And the screen was on 10 plus hours that day. Um, so for now, this is what I consider to be the by far best bang for the buck purchase for a mobile phone right now. I think it's going to hold this throne for at least probably 5 months. My old saying was it's always the worst time to buy a phone because there's always something better right around the corner. Um, I don't know who's going to beat this phone. I will say Asus just launched a smaller phone, which is a lot like newer Samsung Inners, but in a smaller form factor. But I'm pretty sure that's over like $400. Um, the sub 250 range, I think this is going to hold the crown for a decent amount of time. What I'll say. So if you're at all interested, you can check out what broadband 4G LTE antennas this uses, and there are plenty of applications you can use. You can download on your phone to tell you what uh, antennas are being used in your area if you want to make sure you have the most optimization possible. Um, again, OnePlus knocked it out of the park, and here's my example of how much they knocked it out of the park. I almost tell my wife um, that I almost want her to get like an Apple device just so she can't ask me questions on how stuff works. Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Kind of thing. Previously, I told her to just go into the store, talk to the salesman, get whatever you like. She's always been getting Samsung devices. Always, always, always. I was so confident with this device. I literally told her, "No, you need to get this device." Um, I've had mine for over 30 days. She's had hers for over 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks already. The only issue she ran into was her initial text messages with me were not syncing up right. I just deleted my whole conversation with her and it started working again. Um, that was really the only issue we've had. The other thing I will say is Google is really on the ball now with migrating profiles. Okay. You boot up this phone, and the first thing it asks you is basically, what's the Wi Fi password, blah, 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 blah. Then it says, are you migrating from another device? And if you hit yes, if the other device is on the same network, okay, it just tells you to go to the other device and pull up Google Assistant. And as soon as you pull up Google Assistant, both phones say, here's my code, enter the code you see on the other phone, you type it, and voila, it starts the transfer of applications, certain sensitive data. Only like 2 out of 100 apps I had to relog back into, which to me was shockingly good. It also brought over all my text message history, and like I said, with me and my wife, I had to just delete my conversation with her to get everything back up and running again. Um, it was the seamlessly easiness I've ever had in my life of transferring from a phone to a phone. I'm not going to say it was the fastest, but it was pretty fast, is what I'll say. It's the kind of thing if you just leave the phone sitting by itself, uh, it shouldn't take more than like an hour. I was doing stuff at the same time, so I would want to say it took more than like an hour and a half for my transfer to take place. But I cannot sing the praises any higher than for less than $200. Even if you only keep the phone for like 18 months, that's like almost $10 a month. That is a steal of a phone price. Absolute steal of a phone price. Okay, then I stop my local recording. Okay. Um, that you didn't see that in the very top, Mike, in the very top of the description. It should have said crazy amount of possible links, and then with that Patreon link. Um, okay. And I will say I am absolutely in love with this phone so far. My kid's phone cost, I want to say it was like $8 less or $10 less, and their phone is clearly not as good as what I'll say. Uh, oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I don't even think the chat will let me put this big of a. Yeah, see, this chat sucks. I hate YouTube chat. It is so bad. So I gotta go like that and then that because it's too long, only 200 characters. Um, okay, here we go. Fix my volume again. Okay, next piece of news here. I just found this interesting. The original guy behind OnePlus, or one of the people behind OnePlus, has left. I do believe the Nord was one of the last things they were involved in before they left. And they started up basically another company, and the company's called Nothing. I can't make that up. That's called Nothing. And their first product that they're coming out with, they believe next month, is earbuds, wireless earbuds. Everybody's doing wireless earbuds. Um, Samsung, Google, Apple, Xiaomi, everybody is doing earbuds, and they're all shooting for their own market. Apple is shooting for the let's rip people off market. Samsung's trying their best, I think, in my opinion, to rip people off with the price of their earbuds. And then you have Xiaomi doing both. They have like the 169 model of earbuds, and the exact same time they release like a $20 pair of earbuds. So I think they're the ones who I think are trying to hit both ends of the market. And Xiaomi's market share just keeps exploding. Um, uh, they have announced the first product that's called Ear One. Yeah, it's by Carl Pell P. He's the original OnePlus guy. I will just put it like this: I'm happy that there's more people coming out with these wireless earbuds. I want there to be more competition. I want there to be as broad spectrum of these as you want. I like ones that can go into mono mode where you can have one in the charger, one in your ear. When that goes bed, swap it back out, so you never have to go without. Um, Now it's very easily to get mono ones with microphones in them, but it's hard to get them with good microphones in them. I have no problem admitting that. Um, so we'll have to see how these look, what their price is, because from what I can tell, there is no announcement on the price or even pictures. They just said the announcement that they're going to be called Ear Ones, and they'll be launch in June. So if they're launching in June, that means they already have everything figured out about them. They're just waiting to launch them till June. Um, I will look forward to them. Currently, I am using an old pair of Xiaomi QCY earbuds, the same ones I've had for a while. These things are like $20, last for 4 hours for an earbud. I'm not gonna say they're the best. I will say for $20, they're fantastic. But we have to see what these are. I will say I can see these people offering the 50 to $120 range and try to hit that sweet spot of good quality, high audio, great mics, great battery life, and maybe, not be like cheap. My last pair of these QCY I had, they literally just fell out of my ear, and then I could hear something inside rattling around, and I knew they weren't long, much more to last. So hopefully we get some good mid-range competition from nothing. Nothing. I still can't believe they call their company Nothing. Okay. Okay. So I should do this if I'm going to say that. Uh, yeah, let's go like that. Okay. Control C. Let me come here and say, copy these to a doc. Bang. Okay. I'm going to mention this one just because I'm happy to say we might have some more competition again. What are your thoughts on the Casio G-Shock Wear smartwatch? It's a complete. I'll tell you, if you want me to talk about it on the show, I can. There is no such thing as a smartwatch worth $699. Wear OS has not seen a significant upgrade now in 3 years. They haven't seen a significant processor update in 4 years. Um, so you're not going to get great battery life. You're not going to get great connectivity. You're not going to get great features. The only reason to buy a smartwatch is the manufacturer is putting stuff better than normal on top of it. If all you need is like a heart rate monitor, blood, oxidation sensor, uh, for sporting type things, the Show Me Smart Band is literally only $30, and it does all that. And then you have the Wise WYZE smartwatch, $25, out the door shipped, and it does all that stuff as well. I, I'm in a believing the same thing as Android Police, same thing as Android Authority, same thing as can't remember the other one. That there is no such thing as a good um, Wear OS smartwatch. They're all extremely underpowered, extremely overpriced, extremely feature lacking, um, and it's just not worth the money. Um, yeah, because I mean, yeah, almost everybody has sports bands and stuff to do outdoor activities that are waterproof and everything, and they literally only cost like $30. Yeah, I'm not going to pay another mobile bill just for my phone. I can't, only because I always have my phone on me. I'm always going to have it connected to that. Even if I do exercising outside, I'll have my phone on me somewhere just because um I'm going to need it just in case, I'm old. I decide to fall over. The only watch I've ever heard people satisfied with, I'll put this mostly, is the Samsung Galaxy watches. Everyone I know who's gotten one has gotten to the point to where they admit to me after time that they did pay too much money, but it did do a lot of good stuff. Um, if you don't need to make phone calls on your watch, and you just need it to do that kind of showing you your text messages, blood reading, heart rate monitoring stuff, the Wise smartwatch is insanely priced, and the Show Me Smart Band, I want to say it's called, is literally only like $25. That one has this small, narrow, tall screen. Some people swear by it. My belief is all of the devices like that are inaccurate. Now, as long as they're consistently inaccurate, it doesn't matter. But I've never heard actual like um, nutritionists and exercise specialists and vouch for any accuracy on any of those devices. And I don't think they will. I mean, they complain about Apple's not being accurate. And I admit, if anybody's going to be accurate with those kind of stats, it's going to probably be them. Okay, why is there? Hey, Mitch. Always good to see you, man. Yeah, see, I would just always have my cell phone on me. I have no problem carrying around my cell phone. And I don't. Here's that. I don't stream nothing. I use 60 gigs a month, and I don't stream nothing, which I know is weird. Uh, Always good to see you, Mitch. Okay, now this is the kind of news that literally made me stop what I'm doing, pause my podcast, open up Say It as my application, and Say It, read this article to me, because this is one of the things I kind of found mildly shocking. Somehow in 2021, you have HTC gone, LG bailing, Samsung just getting bigger and bigger, Xiaomi with record sales, Huawei selling off Honor, Asus doing I don't know, Lenovo, I'm not even sure they're still in smartphone market territory kind of thing. And then Sony of all companies reported that they actually started to make a profit again with their phones. Okay. I will tell everyone very honestly, I have very, very mixed feelings about Sony as a company. Um, I do believe that they are a company that can do good things, is the way I'll put it. I know for the longest time, their number one profit um, stream for them as a company was life insurance, uh, which is kind of like how Microsoft can do game consoles because they're making money off of other stuff, kind of thing. So I never thought Sony was serious about phones, is the way I'll put it. Um, but apparently, this past year, Sony was able to make a profit by shipping 400,000 phones in the fourth quarter of 2020. I cannot tell you what the phone is, what's good about it, how it looks, what the name of it is, or anything, but they're being profitable again. And I will say, I want more competition, period. Xperia i3, it looks like, or 1 3. And I know Sony can do a good phone. I know for a while they were having issues with trademark licensing with their fingerprint reader on the side of the phone, which at least Android Authority believed was in some sort of US violation. So when they shipped those phones over here, I believe they literally disabled the fingerprint reader on the side, and it was not something you could easily turn back on. Um, so I'm not going to buy a 2500 Sony Xperia Pro, but I'm happy somebody is buying Sony phones, because we need more competition. With companies starting to drop off, we don't want Samsung and Apple to rule this market. Okay, we need other people to step up and fill those gaps. Motorola, Asus, Lenovo, Sony, I don't care who it is, but we need somebody to step up. If it's Sony, I just hope they do good OS interfaces like Oppo or OnePlus, where you don't have to worry about bloat and stuff going on. So I'm just happy to see somebody's doing good in this environment. Stop the local recording. Yeah, I mean, if I was an I'll say this, Michael, if I was an exercise nut, and I'm saying that with affection, if I was an exercise nut, I could see having a smaller device with LTV service on it. Um, but I mean, I don't really stream anything. I download all my podcasts locally. I listen to that. I just because of my age, I'm pushing 50. If I were outside doing exercise a lot, I would always want the ability to call up, emergency services if I need them. Is the way I'll put it. Uh, I hope you are enjoying retirement. Mitch, are you still in? Northern Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania. I believe it was Northern Maryland, or did you already go down to Florida? I have 7 years left, and then I'm going to be able to retire. Looking forward to that. I ain't gonna lie. So let me copy this one. Yeah, what I wanted to talk about next was one of the One Plus. I don't want to say dropping of the balls, but don't see it. Hmm, what's it called? Let me see. There you go. Control C. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with retirement. Part of me wants to try to be a businessman, open up custom food catering thing, aka I'm really enjoying cooking, is what I'll say. But it's 7 years away, so a lot's going to change between now and then. Um, I don't think I'm going to end up doing something computer related unless I have no choice. The truth is, there's no doubt I can right now quit my 9 to 5 job and go get a job paying, you know, twice as much, especially if I want to go into security for oil pipeline companies. Um, but I would rather not. I'd rather do something food related. We'll have to wait and see though. Okay, so let me come back up here. Okay, now this next one is an app, and I'm going to funnel channel a long time friend, supporter, nice guy. Period. Um, Clark Kent, Ellis Owens, love the guy, great guy, and he's the guy who reminded me when I posted this that there was a backstory to it. It's called Clip It, CLIPT, Clip It, Clip It. I don't know. It's from One Lab Studio. Tools, E for everyone, 255 reviews, completely free, no ads, no in app purchases, 3.9 average reviews. It's pretty new, 225 total renews. Um, the updated May 9th, size 11 megs, 10,000 plus installs. Current version 1.1.4 requires 6.0 Android and up. Content rating E for everyone. Permissions. It is going to need like access to like your clipboard kind of thing. Photos, media, storage, network, shortcuts, network access, run it startup, draw over other apps, lots of stuff. Um, and here's the whole thing. Okay, there's different rings of trust on with me and my phone and my environments and my computing environment and my world. The tightest ring, the hardest place for you to get, whether you're an application or a piece of software, is access to my clipboard. Because that is where the most sensitive information in the world goes. Not all the time will my password manager autofill a password, which means once in a while I gotta copy paste a password. Um, the the next closest thing is like keyboard monitoring is like the next most sensitive thing as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know if I want to let something like this have constant, ongoing, nonstop access to my clipboard. Now, here's the backstory. One Lab Studios is One Plus. Okay. One Plus is the same company that in the past got in trouble for sending all clipboard data through servers in China, and that was what Ellis Owens reminded me of. So I guess them doing this app, instead of hiding and sending data going back through, um, they just make it painfully obvious that they're sending data back through, I guess. Sorry about the volume slip up there, guys. So I mean, if you already in are in the OnePlus camp and you trust OnePlus as a company emphatically with your most sensitive of sensitive data, and you need the ability to share your clipboard between either phone and tablet or phone and desktop, then you need this app, CLIPT. Um, I literally just installed it just to see what it looked like, and then I immediately uninstalled it. I don't think that is the kind of app that I can trust for any length of time on my phone. Maybe if it was a work phone or a secondary phone where I didn't have sensitive data like banking information, job information, PayPal information kind of thing, I would be okay with using it, but I can't use it on my 9 to 5 full time. Just can't. If you can, and you think I'm foolish for saying such a thing, do not hesitate. Shoot me an email, aaa@podnutz.com, and please tell me why I am overreacting. Damn it. Sorry about the volume thing. I got to always remember that when I start to record again, it for some reason does a volume dump and goes down like literally like half volume. Okay. No, yep, we got to talk about this. Got to talk about crappy ass Clubhouse. Because everybody seems to care about Clubhouse. And I'm not going to lie. If I had a room, I would be on it. Two. Now I gotta make sure I don't mess up the volume again. Okay, then we have to talk about the elephant in the room, if you will. Um, and that is an app that all the Apple people and all the tech journalists seemingly could not shut up about for at least 2 to 3 months. And to me, this is a company that's literally living in 2016. Okay. There was a time when it was normal, accepted business behavior to launch your app on one platform and then work on launching it on other platforms. Is this 2021 to not be able to launch something, nearly anything except for maybe a super high end game or super demanding application on one platform and on not the other, to me is a very like key metric indicator of incredible incompetence or incredible lack of knowing that that you could be popular kind of thing. Either way, to me, it doesn't spell good for the company known as Clubhouse. Secondly, what the hell is up with this icon? Who in the company thought that was a great icon to show for your application? Okay. Now, here's the other problem. In Android, we have a problem of authenticity. Okay. Google just went through a big thing where they're trying to get rid of apps with misleading names, misleading icons, misleading URLs, and misleading descriptions, which I will say is an incredibly fuzzy, hard thing to do. Okay. To have the app called Clubhouse drop in audio chat is not a clear indicator that it's the same Clubhouse as the one that people on iOS won't stop talking about. Alpha Exploration Company, I never heard anybody who talked about Clubhouse ever say Alpha Exploration Company. And then to have this, I don't even know how to explain this, retardo looking portrait looking up at the sky picture with a really bad haircut as the icon. This to me is all the hallmarks again of a company that literally doesn't know what it's doing or how to do it right. Like they never had any SEO experts sit in any of their meetings, it seems like. So whatever. I downloaded it. Of course, because they're so incompetent, I still can't get into it. It's been now 3 days. I want to say 3 days since, and I still can't get into it because they're so backed up. They're so behind. Apparently, they're like Apple when it comes to web pages and they do everything by hand, which is a hallmark of a great company. There's a reason why other companies are adopting this feature into their applications and ecosystems faster than this company can expand. Discord, if you have enough a big enough server, already has this feature. Facebook is already, I believe, just released this feature. Twitter has released it in beta, a feature like this, and all this is a community audio forum where you can have people of prestige invite in air quotes people on stage to hold conversations while other people listen. By default, the application does not have the ability right now on iOS to do recordings. You can do some third party trickery to do some recordings kind of thing. And it's just supposed to be where people come and hold like township kind of conversations. Whenever I do have a room, I will, make it open. And I do like the idea of having um, people come on to the show kind of thing. So I could see hosting a show, and then when someone says they have something important to say hypothetically about Clubhouse, I can say blah blah blah, what's your opinion on it or whatever, and then I can hit a button and they can come up to the stage and give us their thoughts on it. But I kind of believe this is a company in 8 months or something, it's not going to exist. I could easily see Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and other services just eating up this entire business model, making Clubhouse not important. I've been wrong a million times before. There's no reason why I won't be wrong about this one as well, but I think they're going to have to do something different. They're going to either have to have some kind of exclusive content deal or, some big people, some popular people like a Joe Rogan or something hop on it and back it to make it long-term successful. And I say that, and I'm pretty sure the split second Joe Rogan decides to go away from Spotify, Spotify is going to lose a large amount of numbers. So we're going to have to see where this company is going to be in like 8 to 10 months from now. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rob. Yeah, it Clubhouse is really hard to say. If you've ever used Mumble or you've ever used, oh god, I can't remember what the other one's called now. I can't remember. There's been voice servers in the past where you hop on a voice channel and then people can mute you, people can activate your mic, and you just sit down and chalk. It Those kind of platforms were almost always used for gamers, hence why Discord is popular kind of thing, where you can all join and say, I'm going to play this game, and you can all voice chat while you're playing this game. Clubhouse does not seem to be voice related at all. What it seems to be is celebrity driven, is what I'll say, where they get people like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk to drop in their servers and chat about stuff. And it draws the narrow minded iOS tech enthusiast in like a sponge kind of thing. Um, Maybe that's why they weren't in a rush to come out on Android. I don't know. Um, I just, question where it's going to be in a couple months. Oh, and we're not really roasting apps. I mean, it's in the popular sphere, Charles, is what I'll say. I hope it works well. I hope it works good. But from what I can tell, I mean, look at the damn thing. I don't know what they're thinking. Discord, see, I don't have it at my server. I don't yet. think so, but there is an ability in Discord to where you can say, "Here's a room, you can hop in and listen, and then if you put your hand up, I can then promote you in," kind of thing. I don't have that ability on my Discord server. I have seen other people host their podcast in Discord and have that ability baked in. I don't know if they did a nitro boost in Discord or they just have enough popularity that they got the feature in theirs. Hey, Red. Good to see you. Yeah. Okay. So let's find another link. Oh, okay. Then I'm going to say it like this. We're going to go like this. Okay. And then, like, this next link is kind of the reason why I question how popular this service is or is going to be. Because I think the very same day it finally launched on Android, this article was posted on Lifehacker. Now, say what you want about Lifehacker. Some people believe it's just like a troll farm of what people are searching for. Some of their stuff I think is good. Some of their stuff I think is whatever their stuff. But on the very same day it came out with Android, how to delete your Clubhouse a a um a account because it is not as easy as you think. And then they show you on iOS Clubhouse, and it's a different icon for the show. It's like they apparently they can't have consistency between the platforms, but they literally go through step by step on what you need to do to delete your Clubhouse account because, in air quote, it is not that easy to do. Um, Part of me believes like half Life Hacker is posting this because they do think people are looking for how to do it. I will say I have heard some rumblings, some bumblings of Clubhouse becoming over politically polarized. Is the nicest way I can put it. Which I do think could cause some people to say, "I'm done with you. Let me delete you." Maybe that's the reason why people are looking to delete it. Maybe people are looking to delete it because I don't want to be on a Clubhouse with these Android users. I don't know. I don't try to say I know. I just know someone made a post about it. So apparently it's something that people were looking for. Would you be up for a test cast? The room is for community servers more than private servers. I did do a cast from Discord at least once or twice. It worked fine. The problem was it wouldn't go past an hour. Every Discord thing I've ever used, once you go past an hour, the audio would cut off. May that I haven't tried that. I'm not going to lie for at least 5 or 6 months. So maybe they fixed it by now. Um, and I have a habit of not being able to shut up once I start talking, so it makes it a little bit difficult. You have a server with a stage channel as the option in Discord. That's what it's called, stage channels. Need a community server stage channel. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy Discord didn't get bought out by uh Microsoft because man, that'd be like the worst thing I think I could have thought of for them as a company. And the logic was is because they were looking at rolling it into the Microsoft Xbox ecosystem, which I will say, if they would have done, would have been really smart. because you have the number of people on that service already is kind of insane. Okay, 2 links I wanted to show real quick. Okay, what I have next, I have to just show a picture of it. So please, in the notes, it's going to be called "Show Me Mi Mix Fold PC Mode is a Galaxy Z Fold 3 must-have," which it's a confusing title, but what it sounds like is if you're a Galaxy Z Fold 3 owner, if you see the "Show Me Mi Mix Fold" in PC mode, it's going to like make you go crazy because you want this one instead. Um, I am a sucker for compact, small, pocketable computing. That's my thing. Okay. I've always been attracted to smaller form factor computers that are really functional at the same time. And this picture on Slash Gear of the Mi Mix uh, Fold with the stand in PC mode with the foldable keyboard, not rollable, but foldable keyboard sitting in front of it. Granted, my eyes aren't great, so I don't know how much I'll be able to see in this screen, but it at least form factor wise, wow. I'm not even gonna look at the price. Don't wanna look at the price. I know I'm not gonna get one, but it's the kind of thing where if I was a road warrior and I needed to have a full experience kind of thing everywhere I went, I would definitely entertain the idea of getting a Show Me Mi Mix Fold PC mode with this keyboard attached to it. I just think it looks really good. Um, then on the same like story mode, Show Me was blacklisted by the U.S. government. Um, we all heard about the news about Huawei, the daughter, Canada, extradition, fighting stuff kind of thing. But Show Me was also blacklisted by the US government. Now, it wasn't as stringent, it wasn't as harsh kind of thing. Don't expect this ban being lifted is going to globally change Show Me in the next like 30 days kind of thing, because it's not. But what it will do is it will reinforce that Show Me is a world company kind of thing. Um, their sales numbers in the last like 3 years have just been like insanely increasing. They're like the number one um, growing type of company. But the gimmick is they don't just do phones, they don't just do tablets, they don't just do earbuds. Okay. They don't just do keyboards, they don't just do laptops. They do washers and dryers and fans and screens and all kinds of home appliance kind of thing. Um, so if you look on Alibaba for just Show Me, XIAOMI, you will see an astounding range of products, kind of like how Samsung also does refrigerators. That's what Show Me is doing. They literally do everything. And their whole thing is we're just going to blow the doors off of it, make a billion of them, sell them cheap. And then when that lot is over, we're going to move on to something else. I honestly think that it is the kind of company that could really be impactful in the globe, Indian market, uh, North American market, European market, uh, just getting bigger and bigger, more of a name brand, household name brand here in the near future. Okay, stop the recording. This is actually going better than I thought it was going to go. Okay. Oh, you can enable it yourself. Maybe they have it in the hour limit. Let me think more. The hour limit thing might be able to do to use the Linux client. Nope, wasn't using a Linux client, Charles. I tried it on Windows, Linux, standalone EXEs, web browsers, Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Vivaldi, Internet Explorer, Firefox Focus, um, Brave, at least one more. All of them cut off after 1 hour. Just didn't do it. So I can enable it myself. Huh? Well, I might take a look at doing that, but I'm not gonna say I'm in a rush. I like the idea. I think it's cool. Oh, yeah, I gotta name this one too. recording. It isn't about damn it, I gotta make sure I do that. Um, it isn't about being in a Discord audio chat. It's having that what's it called? Charlie? Doing the automated recording. Can't remember what it's called. Always gonna call it Charlie. They have that service you can call to do the recording in yeah, the bot. And the bot after an hour just disappears from the room, cuts out. Hey Chuck. I gotta make sure I do that recording. It's right around 56 minutes exactly. So let me come here and say, because I accidentally hit the button. 56 minutes exactly. 56 minutes. Okay. Okay. Okay, now here's the kind of thing I don't want to say anyone really needs to worry about. It's just another example how Google cannot stop fiddling with the bits, is the way I put it. Just like how Microsoft seems to just keep constantly, nonstop making changes to everything, seemingly just so they can charge more for training again, kind of thing is what I keep thinking. Google cannot stop renaming and changing things. Um, and sometimes I'm sure it's for the better, but sometimes it is absolutely for the worst. They're basically renaming Google Assistant, which nobody calls Google Assistant. Everybody calls it OK Schmoogle kind of thing that I heard, but they're going to rename it to communication. And it's like, again, I don't know what they're thinking, but they're calling it that. And it's a family broadcast is rolling out at the same time. Now, I will say I love the idea of being able to add people to my family, but add people to my family and then do family broadcast events, except I can already tell you they're doing it wrong because I already have two family plans where I have two sets of YouTube premium subscriptions. You can only add them to your family. So I have two accounts where I have, family members, only two live in this house. So I have like 10 total people in my family account to where if I try to do a family broadcast using this tool, it's going to go to Oregon. It's going to go to Texas. It's going to go to New York. It's going to go to um, uh, Australia. It's going to go to Ireland. It's going to go to Belgium. You know what I mean? Because that's where those people in my family are at. Because I'm sure they're going to use that same family setting that's in the membership settings of your Google Play account. I would love it if they could say, set up your broadcast family. And then I could say, my wife and both my kids and me, what would you like for dinner? It's dinner time. Don't forget to take the trash, stuff like that. Little family kind of things. I would love it if that's the case, but I have no problem betting somebody they're not going to make a family broadcast group. They're going to literally use what's already baked into Google Play, which used to be in Google Play Music, but now it's just in Google Play Family account, and we're just going to be them. So I don't want to send Cody Cooper in Oregon a question about what he wants for dinner. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So it sounds like a great feature that I will not be able to take advantage of. We'll have to see when it comes into play, but I'm 99% sure I'm not gonna be able to take advantage of it. But we'll have to see because I do not have this feature yet. I mean, my one record's been going about an hour. I do not know how much of that is actually podcast time. So I'm gonna go a little bit farther. Well, the one thing I liked, Charles, I'll say about the recording bot, Craig, I keep thinking it's called Craig bot, was it gave you the option of having it in Audacity native format with multi-channel format, which was nice because I could have 10 people in the room and I would get 10 different files. Because the last thing you want for good quality is a mix down. You always want to have separate tracks. Makes it much easier to do post editing. And yes, Chuck, you're right. I'm pretty sure Cody would like bacon. That and a good um, porter or a stout. Well, I mean, looking at the screenshots, Chuck, doesn't look like it's in the Google Home settings. It looks like it's in right now is the assistant settings because there's a whole separate app for Google Home. Um, See, if it uses Google Home, that means I would have to have like 5 of them in my house, and I'm not. Well, they are cheap, but I'm still not doing that. Okay, now it is May 13th. Again, happy birthday, Mrs. Josh. It's May 13th, and if you would have asked me 18 months ago, 20 months ago, what would be the state of Android tablets? I would tell you they're dead. No one's making them anymore. No one's selling them. Of course, you're going to have like the Samsung Tab and the Chewy Tab and stuff like that, but they really wouldn't be making any headway. I would expect if you go into a electronics store where they used to have like 6 or 8 of them, all of them cheap as dirt. They might only have 1 or 2. But again, I am completely wrong. Apparently, because of the pandemic, tablet sales and Chromebook sales have been like ridiculous. Um, I don't know school. I don't know of any school of using tablets. Maybe kindergarten through like fourth grade. Maybe they're using tablets. Maybe that's why they're seeing a sales boost. I don't know. The Chromebooks, I know they're using them for school a lot. Um, but right now, Google again is trying to pivot and change. They're going to make a change to the Android tablet ecosystem with an entertainment space option. Um, this is the way I think of this. If you've ever seen the difference between an Amazon tablet and an Android tablet, they're completely different things. The Android tablet always basically mirrors an Android phone to the T. Nothing's different. Where Amazon tries to say, here's your books, here's your TV, here's your internet, here's your movie to try to separate your space. I will say, I do believe most phones are used for communication devices, texting, calling, Facebooking kind of thing, communication devices. And I do think most tablets are used for reading comics, reading books, watching TVs, watching movies, and watching YouTube. I would guess, is a huge percentage of the time spent on any Android tablet. So for them to make an entertainment uh, space on Android tablets, it might actually be a really smart move. I'm not going to lie. Um, it all depends on the delivery, and it all depends. My belief is that onboarding process. The very first time a new user sees this new entertainment space thing, is it going to lead the user through what this is, what to expect, go here, go here for that kind of thing. If they do it right, I could see this actually being, dare I say, popular or at least kind of popular. Um, so we'll have to wait and see like how many devices are going to get it and when they're going to get it. And of course, somebody asked, is this coming to a Walmart tablet near you? In my humble experience, they will be the last to get it. So announcing it now, maybe by the end of 2022, your $30 to $40 Walmart tablet might have this in it. I definitely would not hold my breath. Um, I would expect the Lenovo's, the Samsungs to get the entertainment space before the other ones. Um, I'm not going to say tablets are dead. I'll just say I think they're realizing they're a niche device and they're just trying to fill that niche. I think that might be the nicest way I can put it. So hopefully it's a success and hopefully it makes people use tablets a little bit easier for what I think a lot of us think most people do use tablets for. Ooh. Ow. Oh man. Yeah, same thing with RAM too, Red. Um, Tablets are finally starting to get more is what I'll say. More space and more features. Google Nest Hub is showing up with Fuchsia. Don't know if that's another thing to be even worth talking about. What was this one? Yeah, this one caught me off guard. I'm going to bring this one up just because it shocked me. Cubasis, I believe it's pronounced. Okay, this one I had to bookmark. Oh, I had to bookmark, and I had to like keep around just as an example. Okay, I understand how everyone's expectation on tablets that you're never in your life going to pay full price for an app. I understand people thinking that. Okay, but the more people that only have tablets and they don't have desktop computers or laptop computers or MacBooks or these kinds of dedicated systems, you're going to have to start to expect to see feature desktop like pricing on mobile ecosystems, tablet ecosystems, phone ecosystems. I think it's just inevitable. It's just the way it's going to be. The question becomes, when is it reliable? When is it really good to use? When is the price fair? When is the support good? And when is it going to like hit all those sweet spots? Um, I've never heard of Cubasis 3. I will throw that out there. But this app is called Cubasis 3 Music Studio and Audio Editor Steinberg Media Technologies GmbH, which I believe that was the UK like incorporated, not Germany, but UK, I believe. Um, Music and audio, 306 reviews. E for everyone does have in-app purchases. No ads, is not free. $38.99 to buy. I'm really happy Josh and Ivor ain't here because in one of those countries, I'm sure it's 50. In the other country, I'm sure it's 60 to 70 bucks. Um, 4.2 average reviews, only 306 reviews. To have 306 reviews for a $40 application, I think that's actually almost impressive. Updated April 24th, 2001, 1.1 gig in size. You have a tablet, you better make sure you have this room for it. 1,000 plus installs, current version 3.3, 8.0 Android Nub, content rating E for everyone. In-app purchases are 249 to 399 per item. Not sure what the actual in-app purchases are, except for interactive elements, is what it says. Permissions, yeah, it's going to need why it needs location access. Nope, can't tell you why. Microphone access, storage access, phone, um, media access. Not shocked. Google Play license check, network access, prevent device from sleeping and view network connections. Now, 1,000 means less than 10,000. Okay. So let's just cut it down the middle and say 5,000. I do believe it jumps the next one to 10,000. So let's just say 5,000 installs, $40 a piece. $20,000 minus Google's cut. I'm going to be shocked if they've made enough money to be happy with this yet. So I don't know if this is going to keep seeing updates. I don't know what's going to keep seeing, things being improved by it. But I will say I am just like entertained by the idea of somebody trying to do like a genuine DAW type interface on an Android device. Um, Hopefully they can keep it up. Hopefully they can, drag in some actual audio creators and actually, you know, make this an actual like music creating device and not just a editor. Um, I'll say this, all the screenshots and all the videos, it's actually really pretty. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like what I would consider to be a full featured music type app, but I am not a music maker. So if you guys out there are a music maker or you know of a music maker, point them to this app. And if they say they like the idea but they can't afford it, let me know. Um, it's only 40 bucks. I can definitely find that kind of money sitting around. I'm interested if it's actually as good as I think it could be. Um, I'm just really happy to see what it looks like, professional grade audio editing really being on Android and not just an iOS thing. Oh, yeah, I guarantee it's on iOS. Yeah. It's the best software for recording engineers. Hmm. Oh, Ableton Live. Yeah. My friend paid $1,200 for Cubase. Ooh, it's jamming. I can never remember. GmbH. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to talk about some accessibility. I always like talking about accessibility, especially if it's accessible. So let me just make sure this is what I think it is. I don't think this is. I'm going crazy. Okay, let me see. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, this is what I thought. This was the app that made me cry. This was the app that made me cry. Yep. Had to look at it real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, now this app, I'll just put it like this, came with a backstory. Two people I know, one of them is now passed away, she had a massive stroke, could not say more than like one word, had decent control of her head, face, could walk with a little bit of help, could eat and drink with a little bit of help kind of thing. But she had a massive stroke and her hardest thing she had to do was communicate. She had a really hard time to communicate. Second, a family member of mine suffers really bad from Asperger's, non-communicative, non-vocal at all whatsoever. And to get them both accessibility things, they were told literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars, hundreds of dollars. I was able to find Amazon Fire tablets, cushion cases, and then software that kind of would help them communicate, but none of them worked great, is what I'll say. Then I found this one literally last week. So I'm going to try to make sure everyone who knows someone who is nonverbal and who needs help to communicate. Okay. This is super cheap. You can literally get this for free. It's from Google Creative Lab. It's called Look to Speak. The gist of it is it basically uses the front facing camera to sense where your eyes are looking, puts, common first words to a sentence or a phrase on the screen. It senses if you're looking to the right or to the left or up or down. And then when you look off the screen, you keep going is when it then selects that word. Then it goes on to the next word. You look around, you focus on it, then you move off the screen and it selects that. And that's how you can build a sentence. This is the kind of software that 3 years ago was easily $600+. But none of them I knew were using eye tracking to do it. You always had to either just have the person use like a pencil or a pencil in their mouth and type things out to get them to communicate. This is the kind of app that makes me believe somebody working at Google gets it. Somebody at these big companies get it. All we're ever going to see from the big tech media sites, all we're going to see from the big tech podcasts is how evil these companies are, how they're so evasive, how they take all our data, how they invade our privacy, how they're just looking out for profit. You're never going to hear those big tech journalist sites talk about this kind of thing right here. This is humanity's work at its finest. Okay. And here's the real truth, there's little doubt in my mind there's some people at Amazon trying to do these same kind of things. There are people at Facebook trying to do these very same things. There are people at Microsoft trying to do these very same things. There are people at Apple trying to do these very same things. And if they weren't multi-billion-dollar companies, they might not be allowed to work on these kinds of things. So please don't just think any company is good or bad, malicious or saint like, because everything is a shade of gray. All companies do things that are bad, and there are people at companies who are always trying to do good. Okay. This is an example of a people working at Google doing fantastic work. If I worked at Google, I would say Google Creative Lab. Where's Google Creative Lab? I would literally buy them like lunch or something, because these are the kind of things that need to be appreciated. These are the kind of things that need to be talked about. These are the kind of things that people need to know about. Tomorrow, next week, next month, you have a family member that has a severe stroke and then becomes non communicative. You now know, oh, look to speak. I can buy them a, $50 Android tablet, put look to speak on it, and voila, I can now give my relative, my friend, my loved one the power of communication without breaking the bank and spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. This to me is the kind of good stuff that really, you want to make me happy out there, listeners, email other Android blogs, Android police, Android authority, email them if you want, contact other podcasts that do app related stuff and tell them you need to talk about this, because they do. They do. They need to stop talking about the flame baiting headlines of all these evil companies doing all these evil things. They're falling into the old trap of old media outlets of bad news brings ratings. How about we talk about some good things once in a while? Look to Speak from Google Creative Lab is something that is good to talk about. Oh, I really do believe that too. I do. Some people call me a sucker. Yeah, there was a couple of them I was looking at before, and they were all $300 or more. And I kept saying to myself, I can't spend that. I can't. I don't have the money. I'm gonna look at this just for giggles. Mm, no. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna talk about this. This is another thing I have not talked about for a while, and I have not heard other people talk about it. That is the EOS. I believe it's called EOS. Has to be. Yeah, EOS. Okay, now here is a company we talked about before. I believe they're out of the UK. I always call them EOS, but they're called slash E slash. I don't know how to verbalize that, but their goal was to have a Android operating system that's de-Googled, where they go in, they take out all the Google references, they take out all the links to Google services, they take out all the links to Google servers, and they give you what is as functional of an operating system as it can be with all the Google stuff out, de-Googled stuff. Um, Before you could buy like Nexus 6, Nexus 5 devices from them. You could buy, I believe it was one or two Samsung models as well. And that was almost it. They've quietly now also sell phones. I believe it was in the Canadian market and US market. Um, don't think you're going to pay $100 for a phone because you're not. You're basically paying them to stay afloat, paying them to keep their company growing, kind of thing. So you're going to pay just a little bit more than you think, is the way I'll put it. But now they literally offer, it was over 100 devices for you to install this operating system on if you wanted to. A couple Asus devices, a couple BQ devices, more than a couple Google devices, uh, Nexus 4, Nexus 5, 5X, 6, 6P, Google Pixel, Pixel XL, Pixel 2, then it stops. HTC, Huawei, only like one Huawei device. Um, Lee Echo, which was a semi-popular device there for a couple months. Lenovo, a couple LG devices. Motorola, more than a couple Motorola devices. So if you really want to play with this EOS, I advise you take a look at these Motorola devices. They have the year of manufacturing. Go on Swappa. I guarantee you can get one of these phones for less than 150 bucks if you really want to play with this operating system. They do have more than a couple One Pluses, but I believe the newest One Plus they support is the One Plus 7 Pro. Don't support the One Plus Nord. Trust me, if they did, I'd be tempted to throw it on there. More than a couple Oppo devices, Razer device, Redmi devices, a fair amount of Samsung devices is the way I will put it. So if you want to play with this privacy focused, de-Googled EOS operating system, there's more than a couple options now for you to do it, including Sony devices, uh, Xiaomi devices. Yeah, it's a very, very good list of devices, is the way I'll put it. Um, I might in a couple months look at buying a really low end device off a swap and see if I can play with this. I'm not in a rush to, only because I do believe in the last 6 to 8 months, they've actually made significant progress, and I think they're going to do it again. I think this time, 2022, these people are going to be much more polished, and much more like user friendly to the. Even if you give it to your grandmother and stuff, it should be pretty functional and usable. So I'm going to try to wait a little bit before I use it. Okay, I'm going to round third now. Okay. Google's guacamole may be premature, but it sounds ripe to become an Android feature. Can't remember what it was. That's how popular it is. Okay. Ah, damn. Okay. Did this happen? Ah, no, not yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nope. Got to bring this one. Got to bring this one. Got to bring it. Bang. 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 Okay, now this is the last app. I had to bring this app to the show. Okay, I do believe it's also available on iOS. It is called A Solver dash Show Me the Puzzle and I Will Solve It. From LL Jam Smith, Jam Soft Puzzle, 400,000 reviews. Woof. E for Everyone does contain ads, does have in app purchase. You cannot buy it. It's completely free to download. 4.5 average reviews. 400,000 reviews. 4.5 average reviews. I'm saying that again. 400,000 reviews, average of 4.5. I'm pretty sure the app does what it says pretty well, is what I'm going to say. And the ads, I'm guessing, are not too bad. Updated October 17th, 2020, 30 megs in size, 5 million installs, current version 0.7.1, requires 5.0 Android and up, content rating E for everyone, in-app purchases 99 cents to $1.19. Permissions, storage, location, don't know why it needs location, microphone, don't know why it needs that, camera, Wi-Fi connection, phone, device ID. Wow, this thing needs a lot of information. Okay. So you might want to put it on an island. If you guys remember, there's a work profile. If you download the app called Island, you can install this in a work profile so it won't have access to everything on your phone. It kind of isolates it. Long and the short of this is you literally take out this phone, you can point it at a myriad of puzzle devices, uh, Pyramix, which is a pyramid like Rubik's Cube, a 2x2 Rubik's Cube, 3x3, 3x3 with patterns, 4x4, 5x5, Mega Minix, 12-sided dodecahedron, I believe, um, Rubik's Cube light, or the tower 2x3, or a myriad of other devices. You simply point your phone at a side. It then tells you to rotate it a certain way. You rotate it a certain way. It will take a look at the colors, tell you to rotate it, wait, and you keep doing that. And then it will literally tell you the exact moves to solve your Rubik's device. I'm sorry. This is absolutely awesome, is the way I put it. Um, I would just put it like this. If I had a problem solving the 3x3 or the Pyramix, I would probably get this app just to learn how to solve them. I can solve the Rubik's Cube. I can get it 80% of the way there with no help and then look at a couple pictures online and I can figure out how to do the final bits. But this is an example of your phone actually being able to understand complex algorithms via color patterns and show you solutions. There is no way this was super easy for anyone to create. I'm pretty sure there was some amount of work that had to go into this, some amount of brain power that had to go into this. Um, I wish they would offer a way that I could just buy it outright because I would literally buy it. My nephew, he can solve a Rubik's cube in like 3 seconds, 8 seconds maybe, kind of thing. Really, really well. But he wants the more complicated ones, and if I could give him this and he could use it to better understand how to solve more complex Rubik's cubes. He might actually look at me as being the smart uncle instead of the uncle with the bad dad jokes kind of thing. So yeah, this is the kind of app I love seeing. I love it being on multiple platforms. I love seeing these kinds of things coming out because it just proves to me that yes, apps can get better, ecosystems can get better on these devices with time as time goes on. Um, I want to thank everyone for coming out live. Red, Charles, Rob, Chuck, Michael, um, Mitch, um, everybody, Flying Rich, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for being patient with me during this time. I have surgery scheduled July 12th. They say it's going to take 6 weeks to recoup from that surgery, and they believe it's going to take care of anywhere from 30 to 50% of my pain. So hopefully by August, most of this stuff will be gone in the past and we can definitely hang out more and chat more. I am tempted to try the Discord thing. If you guys are interested in that, do not hesitate to let me know. Feel free. Shoot me a message in Discord, shoot me an email, DoorToDoorGeek at gmail.com. Or if you want to email the show directly, AAA at podnutz.com. If you did send an email since January and I'm not talking about it right now, I apologize. My organization just to get up and running um, tonight took a lot, is what I'll say. And I'm going to end this show right now because I need to lay down. So thanks everyone for their patience. Thank everyone for downloading. Thank everyone for their continued support on Patreon. Because of you guys, I can do things as on my personal life with a lot less stress. So I thank everyone, and I hope to talk to everyone again real soon. Okay, that should be that. That should be that. Yep, yep. Now I can close this. I can close. Yeah, I'm still talking there. See, I gotta run to the bathroom. Okay, I got that. I will say I am liking OBS Ninja. Thank you, Red. I am liking OBS Ninja to do the video grouping and the video management side of this. It actually seems to be working decent. I wish it just did individual recording so I could use that instead. I'll be right back. Yeah, and I will say now that I've shut up for 5 seconds at a time, think about it. The last time I tried to do the Discord Craig chat server thing over a year ago, hell, over 18 months ago, probably. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I'll say I'm already feeling ridiculous better even since January is what I'll say. Um, Starting November last year through January, from like the top of my head down to my elbow was constant all day pain. Now it's just a little bit of pain, a little bit of pain. a little bit of pain, touch of pain, much easier to manage. But as the day goes on, it always seems to get worse. That's the thing I don't like. To where if I could podcast at 2 in the afternoon, it wouldn't be as bad. But kind of got to work 7 more years, and then I don't have to work anymore. Okay, this should not affect the audio level. Got to start doing the editing too. Ow. Thank you, Chuck. It is always good to hear from you, Chuck. Hope everything's going well. You're still in Georgia. Hope you can get gas if you need it. I mean, didn't we learn anything with toilet paper? Like overreacting to this stuff is kind of, dumb. And I'm sure, no, let me phrase that. I hope people understand gas degrades quickly. Yeah, I mean, it should last for at least like a week or something, but you could have TP in the garage for 6 months and it's just fine. Not gas. Gas does not last like that. And in more than one Discord server I was on, I mean, people were freaking out. I'm sitting there like, who only has one car in this day and age? Okay, one. Most families don't. Now, if you're single, if you're like 18 to 26 and you only have one vehicle, I understand. Two, I know in Maryland, they said it was less than 11% of places said they were out of gas. Which means you just go to the next gas station and you can get gas. And people seem to just freak out to freak out to freak out. I'm happy I'm not one of them. Okay, here we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So where is my audio? Bang, right there. Paste. Come here. Do some deleting. Looking good. Close, close. I tell you what, stuff does hurt. Start the editing process on this. I'll go back and look at the chat. 4%. Yeah, and I will say the company already has the pipeline turned back on. They've already started to push oil through the pump line, but they did admit it would take days to get everything back up and running the way it should be, kind of thing, which is expected. Um, you know, when power companies take power plants offline, they can't just flip a switch and have everything back to 100%. It's one of those things you got to bring up gradually, or it'll go boom. Oh man. Oh, I guarantee. Well, here's the thing: they cannot be up in price, at least in the state of Maryland. And I know most of the states, not all of them, most of the states, the price of gas is regulated by the state government. They say you cannot be any higher than this or lower than this. Quite literally, if you have your gas too cheap, you'll get fined. If you do it too many times, they can literally take your license away from selling gas. Same thing if you price too much. So the prices are within state limits, at least I want to say at least 30 of the states have that rule into effect. Um, so even if the place wants to gouge people, they can. Um, Here, it went from 289 to I think it was 295 in like a day. It didn't go up too much. Yeah, I do believe Georgia is one of those states you cannot increase prices over a certain amount. Yeah, the guy in Florida sent me like 2, 3 pictures of him waiting in gas stations. I'm thinking, Florida, man, Florida. When are you going to learn? There's a lot of craziness in Florida. Not to mention, a lot of zip codes where everyone's over the age of 80. Oh Okay, so it's right around 1 hour, 56 minutes where I had to blurt. Come here. We can just delete it actually because it's only my audio. We can file, export. Change it to OGG. Bada bing. Overwrite. Yes. Yeah, I haven't I haven't had to leave the house for 2 days, which I'm perfectly fine with. Um, the wife said everywhere she drives by, there's no line for gas. Um, so I think it's just one of those things. The people who were overreacting, making it bad for people who actually need it. I did see one funny posting though. It was a guy standing at a gas pump with a red container by his feet, and on the back of his shirt he had tape to it. I swear this is for my lawnmower. I thought that was pretty funny because I guarantee you, if you go and you take one of those red things to a gas pump, you're gonna have somebody scream at you. And yeah, I didn't talk about this. There was a deal at B&H Photo, 1+8, uh, 50% off for 1 day. Google Play and movies and TV app to shut down in June. I completely forgot they're going to shut down those apps and services. Now, truth be told, the services didn't exist anyway. They were a facade on top of YouTube. When you would buy or rent a movie or a TV show from Google Play Movies or Google Play TV, really all it was a direct link to a YouTube paid content. So I'm pretty sure that that's all they're going to do is just call it that for now on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Motorola's Dex alternative. Interesting. I'm not going to lie. I want more people to come out with that. Samsung added a podcast player to its phones in case you needed another one. Yeah, who does? Lots of people dumped on the OnePlus Watch. Only a couple people um, I saw didn't dump on it, but they went in with very low expectations. Black Shark gaming phone. Affordable. This is the one. I don't think he's Michael. If you're still here, affordable um, watch with LTE device. I knew I had one in my notes. I knew I had one in my notes. Uh, there it is. Lem X, an affordable smartwatch with GPS, LTE, and 16 gigs of storage, which isn't a lot, but it could be, is what I'm going to say. You can buy it off of AliExpress for $109. You'd have to be very careful about it working on your phone network. More than likely, if it's a AT&T service you're on or T-Mobile, I'm betting it will get at least some connectivity. Yeah, there you go. LTE connectivity for less than $110. Well, $120 after taxes and everything. Which I'm going to say I do believe is a really fair price. Okay, that should be exported now. So close. No. Bang. Bing. Drop it in. Zoom out. That's not the beginning. That that's where it actually starts. Do a little dicing, a little deleting, a little dragging. I'm tempted to call out tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, but I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Dang. Okay, now check the level. Looks like a great level. Come back to here. Yep, that should be fine. File, track, export, audio. I like being able to edit a show in less than 10, 15 minutes. Having an i7 really helps a lot. Well, that's my logic. If you have an LTE connectivity on a watch or even Bluetooth or Wi Fi to your phone, you really shouldn't need a lot of storage. I don't know. I'm still working remote 100%, and I kind of have to until at least the end of school. End of school is July 14th now. And part of the agreement for my kids to be at remote schooling is I'm here with them because I'm a government employee and that's a government school. My work knows they cannot force me to come into work, period. So at least until then, I'm remote 100%. I would like it to stay that way because I have not ate so good in my life with good lunches because it's right there, 15 steps away. I got to drive a half an hour that way. The bathroom is right there, 6 steps away, 7 steps away, not 80 steps away in a filthy, compared to my bathroom, filthy environment where I got to worry about stalls being used or whatever. Um, and at any point in my time, I can just literally go upstairs, hug the kids, chat with the kids, instead of having somebody stop by my cube saying, "Hey, Steve, do you remember that thing that you worked on back in, oh, I don't know, 2012?" Because those kinds of, questions just drive me nuts. And I have had to answer those questions only like 2 or 3 times in the last year. Yeah, just the nature of my work. There's no reason. I feel like there's no reason for me to go and physically, unless it's like somebody's having like a baby shower party or something. That's the only reason I can see having to go into work. But I'll do whatever they want. Okay, I'm gonna kill the live stream here. Finish the editing up. Again, thank you guys for coming out. I hope I did an okay job, even though it was by myself. Last time I did a show by myself, somebody definitely complained and said I should not do a show by myself again. So we'll see if that person even still subscribes. I don't know. All right, I'm going to kill the stream. Take it easy, guys.